So hi guys and welcome back to the channel. We have here my game from the round 2 of Draysencup number 3. The pool as I remember it is stuff the ballots on flank with Ensnare, take prisoner, outflank, deliver a message and espionage. And I am joined here by Mr. Norton in the southwest playing as Colette1 and Draysen here, Linh1 up in the northeast. So we've done everything. Are you stoning for cards or anything, or are we good to flip?
Negative. I'm good to flip.
Superb. Let's do it.
Yeah, good luck.
And you, man.
A solid 1.
An early victory.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead if you wish. I will not be cheating.
I will have you begin, but first of all, I'll put the clock on me and do my split focus thing. So bookkeeper is going to take slow to take. We can't do all of them right, but we can do that. Is that best? No, we'll just go there. So he's going to take a walk up to there. And I will not be doing any other split focus, so over to you.
Okay. Start out with the fun stuff. So, Boyd is going to walk. Focus. Over to you.
Cool. So I will. What's the thing to start with? Do we go with that first or this first? I think we'll go with the rabbit, who's going to take a focus and slam. Oh, hello, not himself, just the barrel. And then he will. I think we'll chuck this card to drop a scheme marker at the end of his activation and be done. Yours.
All right. Bird 3 going to walk and focus.
Super.
Oh yeah.
Book's going to activate, therefore map can go 1-2 towards, and I don't think I put anyone else in. No, I didn't bother. I probably should have put Koji in, but anyway, I wanted the distance, so that's what we've done. And then for his AP, he's going to chuck a card to draw 2 cards. That's the Bookworm Tactical. And then since Amina can see him, he's done. Yours.
Thinking. Boyd go. Right there and focus.
Okay. So we'll go with the tiger, who's going to roar on Koji and relent. Goes off. And then going to roar on Lin and relent. And do I want the extra distance here? Where can we get to? Well, first of all, that's where Lin can get to. So if we want Lin there, for example, then I could bring Tiger down to somewhere like there. Is that good enough for now, or do we want to be moving out? I think I'd like the movement. So I will cheat that one for reposition. And I will be chucking Lin to there. Then I'll be repositioning to there. And then Blown by the Wind will put me there. Yours.
Legerdemon will go. He's going to try to rip soulstones of the Colette. She'll relent.
Fairly sure that's enemy only. I'm wrong. Carry on.
Okay, I match. 5 defense.
Yeah, you get it, yeah.
Yeah. And instead of ripping the soulstone, kill a dove. Which draws me a card, gives me a soulstone.
It does.
We will kill this one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't draw the card yet, have I? No.
And so that drops a scrap marker, right?
They are
Constructs.
insignificant. And
Ah,
they don't drop your marker because they're
is the important
puny.
bit. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're tiny little babies. And then we will walk. No, I think we're just going to focus here and be done.
Okay. Interesting. So do I want to go with him now or later? It's an interesting set of circumstances. Let's check. Yeah, that doesn't seem ideal. Do I want to do that now? That seems kind of okay. So it'd be like that, and then that. I guess so. Yeah, map's gonna go, gonna walk there, gonna do boring conversation with well-versed. I guess I'm gonna be greedy and not take this card, so I'll take this one. Okay, so I'll cheat this one for the trigger, discard this for it to go off. 1, 2, 3 shields. Boring is up. And second AP, take a focus, be done. Yours.
Mina will go. We will.
I'll just update the hazardous so it's actually correct.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna free action onto the core if you do it. Give it shielded. Need 5. Goes off. It's too shielded. Then we're going to do a walk the line onto the core if you do it. Needing a 5. We will stone for a crow.
Okay.
Perfect. Or if you do it, takes 2. 1 from the shield, 1 from armor. It gets fast. Is push. Choose bottom. Push. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have played Guild Ball last night. What is the charge lane?
She's pushed towards a scheme, scrap, or corpse.
Right.
Which there isn't one.
Right. I was just like seeing charge lane though. And then we will.
Lane, it's Alt C.
Alt C, yeah. Okay. And then for our next action, we are going to obey the Corfi duel. Or yeah. Needing a 7. And we are gonna stone for a mask here. No, but yes. Corfi Duet is going to take a focus with that. Yeah. All right. All you.
Cool. So I think we're probably supposed to go there now, and then there. So we'll go with the Jorah. We'll do Frightening Reminder on Wukong. And that needs a 4, so yeah, that's fine. And then we'll take a focus, and then where do we wish to be? Walk there. Yours.
Colette will go. Starting off with a sword trick on the Corfi Duet, who is going to relent. Next, we are going to do a presto changeo on Buddy 2 here, needing a 8, which we are going to actually stone for a good lord. Stone for a ram.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. Would kill the dove for the stone. Draw a card. Place my scheme, which will be right there. Drops a dove. You get a pass token.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other dove reappears here. Colette and a dove will appear here. I'll make this as 3. We will then focus and focus.
Sorry, you can only concentrate once per.
Oh, my bad. I'll focus and then we will walk. Like that. Good.
Okay, so my understanding from Sword Trick is that when you unbury your duet, as in when the duet activates, you will unbury in base contact with an enemy scheme marker, which is to say one of my scheme markers, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
As one of the modes of the unbury.
And the other one is?
Within base contact with a performer.
And where's that written in terms of like the Sword Trick thing?
Oh, sorry, it is. I'm sorry, my bad. I'm thinking of a different thing. I'm thinking of Colette themselves.
So if I remove this scheme marker, essentially your duet cannot unbury.
At which point it will go back to the spawn for my unbury.
That's if it has an unbury mechanic, right? Which it's like it doesn't.
So if the
Colette does.
initial, right?
So it's like Colette's Sword Trick. Okay.
Yeah, if you kill your own scheme, I walk on somewhere in my deployment zone.
Okay. And do you have any way to create an enemy scheme marker with Shadow or Showgirl?
Shadow, no. Showgirl, no.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. So. That means there's very little reason not to do that. So if we go 5. there's an argument we do. So it'd be like there, shoot. Or there interacts. Interesting. So yeah, there is a gap. Okay. So if we want it, we need to be about there. So the best line is right down the edge there. So we're going to need either double walk or is this a trap? Is this a trap? Because if you're here, 1, 2, I mean, could be worse. Going into something, right? So 1, 2. Is this worthwhile?
I think you should bring Lindley as far away from that map as possible. I think it's strategically sound.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, so I can be there. And that seems acceptable. Not great, but acceptable. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go with Wukong. I'm going to do my bonus. I'm going to spend Well Versed. Not going to take that card, so I'll take that one. I'll have to cheat that one for it. So I go to there. and drop another scheme directly on top of that one, and I'm standing in such a way that there's no legal position for base contact for a duet. Happy with that? I can't hear you if you're speaking.
I think I'm happy. 1 second.
Well, either way, I'm going to be taking a focus. I can adjust the positioning a tiny bit if we need to. So take a focus and be done. Yours.
Hmm. In that case, for some reason my copy of your list broke.
It grey screened.
Yeah.
That's usually, well, I mean, it just happens every single time anyone plays story, unfortunately. They are still trying to work on fixing it, but, you know, these things take, well, apparently a year. So it's basically the Vietnamese characters in Sun Wukong and all the others' names that makes it grey screen. If you want me to pause the clock so that you can make a copy of the list so that you've got it, would that help?
No, it's fine. Don't worry. I don't think this is going to time. One of us is going to burn out in horrendous fashion. Hopefully.
Sorry about that, though. I know how much it sucks. I have to deal with it almost every game.
No, you're good.
I like the sword trick play, though. That's cute. That's irritated my unpack quite a bit.
I mean, it would have been better if everything had gone off according to plan.
That is often the case with plans.
It's true. Man, if you would have put your Lindley here, it would be dead. That's the best way of going about this then. Let us go with the showgirl. We are gonna go for a free action onward, needing a 6. Doesn't get it, but does. Gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then we're gonna walk 5 and 5 and be done. Okay.
Cool. I think we're in a reasonable spot to just pass here. Yeah, pass.
Okay. Number 3. It's gonna walk to here and focus.
I'll pass.
Shadow Lurk, repository, draw a card, put 1 into thing. Immediately get rid of 1 to drop a scheme marker, which did not get pulled. Option. Arcanus. Throw one right there. Gonna go diving charge to there and then walk. Oh, yeah.
Cool, cool. Yeah, that's probably fine. So if I wander up to there and shoot you, then you don't have cover because you're not within 3 of the ballot. Yeah, I think that's about it, right? There's no you're just a henchman. There's no other particular defensive tech on this lady, is there? Just disguised. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Okay. We'll go with Koji. Wander up to there and shoot you. 6 against your defense. Cool. 19 to 18 currently. I don't hear you if you're saying anything.
Yep, I am not cheating.
Okay. So just take the neg and do 2 damage. And so that
I will stone.
Sure. My gun. Oh, my crew is also grey screen now, so good stuff. Let's load up the phone. Okay, so drop an enemy scheme marker within 3 of the target. So that's one of yours, which I'll just copy and pop up here. Pop that, let's say, there. So that will give me a card for protection money. And that's Koji. Yours.
You don't have any abilities that strip conditions, right? Other than map being conditions on
I was going to say map's
right?
the main one, yeah.
Okay. Well, that was very kind of you to put Koji right there. So we are going to go with the Corfu duet.
Mm-hmm.
I think it may be party time. It's a lot of boring conversation though. A non-walk action. TN10 when action fails. You can only protect red library models. Cody is not a red library model. He's hard to kill. If he's within 3 model, so that's actually not going to be our target. Hmm. Wait, final answer. If you do it, it's gonna go here.
Yep.
Gonna go 1, 2. Actually, too big for this anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with first action. Second action, we're going to go 6 and then declare a charge.
Extended reach.
Oh, I'm not going on Drogon. It's just outside the map here.
Sure.
And we'll go into base to base with Lindley.
Sure.
Take 1 from Blade Rush, and then I owe you a boring conversation for the swing.
I think Blade Rush has to go through me, no?
So it's enemy models move through. So when I go into base to base with you, I hit you with the Blade Rush.
You didn't move through me.
So with the way that like it's worded with like with like bulldoze or like the metal golems off the rails. The move through, right? I intersect your base, and then as soon as the base is intersecting, doesn't that hit immediately? So what I've had in the past is when it's ruled is that because I come into base-to-base contact with you, you would take 1 there because of the move through. If not, I can change the angle.
I'm just popping it into the rules questions, tricks online, so there's a good chance he'll answer, and I need a wee. So if I'm just going to run to the bathroom and hopefully we'll have an answer when I get back. Be right back.
No problem. I see.
Yeah, I was fairly sure, but I didn't want to, slide it out.
Do you mind if I change the angle then?
Go ahead. So just I'll pop it on you, and you can work it out. Go ahead.
Sure.
You just need to actually pass through my model somehow, which it looks like you probably can.
Yeah. Okay. Whoops. Alt. Is it shift? There it is. Okay. Yeah, so I'll just go over the corner and do one to you.
Makes sense. I'll take it on map shields.
You can. You're size 3 with that map?
Yeah.
Of course. And then the swing on to is Map a henchman?
He is.
Does he have any defensive tech?
He's defense 6, hard to wound, and heals per model with slow at the end of his activation.
Yeah, so we'll do Linh1 here. So we will use the focus here on the swing.
Sure, boring first, I guess, unless you want to use the focus on the boring.
Oh, I do not want to use the focus on the boring. Duets.
You need a 5.
Yep. Okay, cheated.
Yep.
All right, focus on the swing.
I'll use the well versed. Not take this, so I'll take this. 14.
16 currently with enemy models within 2 get distracted.
Sure. I'll go 19. Yeah, 19.
I'll match you at 19 with execute.
Cool. So single neg.
Take
so
2.
I take 2, so I'll take 1 on map shields, take 1 on Lin, and chuck a card.
And then we will dance apart.
So boring.
Even for no TNs, huh?
Yeah, it's just an action that isn't a walk.
Sure.
Nailed it.
Oh, yeah. He is by far and away. Yep. Wait.
Okay.
All
right, what are we doing with that information? Let's see that. So we've got that as an option, but I'm not sure it's the correct one. You're engaging me. So it possibly is the correct one then. So if we do that and that. So just for me, how does it work with you now being a Coryphée rather than a duet in terms of Soulstone Cash?
The cash goes on to a model that I choose. So the, or I guess like one becomes the main, one becomes the opposite. For the purposes of where the cash is, I'm going to put it on the unactivated one.
Okay, so yes. The other one does not have a cache.
That is correct.
Cool. Okay. All right. That is interesting. Well, we're going with Lin. That's pretty freaking obvious. So, we could do that. So if we do like that, and then an attack effectively deals 2 damage to you, right? Because you then have to... Yeah, it does. So...
Sort of. It pulls its HP back together.
Yeah, so like if I do a damage to you, then because of the way rounding works, you'll basically take 2 damage.
Right, if you only do 1, yeah.
Yeah,
so
which against armor 2 is likely. So, so yeah, if I do 1 damage, that's like doing 2 damage. So 1 attack makes sense, a bonus makes sense, a lost knowledge makes sense. Try and go for some card advantage maybe. And then, so what is the last thing we're doing? I think it is probably that, actually. Because that might cost you some cards, perhaps. Or do we actually go with focus on the attack and try and do some proper damage? Proper damage. How much does proper damage matter here? Not a lot. Right, I'm going to do my bonus. I'm going to put the scheme marker there. That's going to give your Coryphy distracted. So that's a good start. Then do I try and eat that for cards, or do I just chuck in some damage? I think I just chuck in damage. I think it is better. I'm going to do I'm going to do Ancient Words on the non-Soulstone Cash Coryphy.
Okay. 6 versus 4.
Yeah, 15.
17.
That's going to miss. Then, so at that point, it might make more sense to go and try that other thing. Does it? No. Again. 16.
13.
Cheating.
17.
Cool. And then I will. So do we do the... We got... That's a good card to get out of your hand. Do we just go again? Or do we try for some sort of re-up stuff? I think we have to go for the re-up stuff here. Or do we try that? Not got activation control. We can't do it again if we do it now. Again, please. 18. To your 12, straight flip currently. Can't hear you if you're responding.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, that's actually fine.
Okay. So I'll declare draw out secrets. And take the straight. Do 5, so 3. And I guess I'll drop out the thing there. And that's Lynn, yours.
Do it. We'll go.
You need to boring if you want to dance back together.
Yep, I'm thinking.
No worries. Just so you can count with it.
I'd be going to 8 then because it's rounded up, right?
I think you're rounded down, but I might be
Oh,
wrong.
rounded down. That's fine.
I don't play replace models very often, so if in doubt, Duet wins. But
important to note, the Corfi Duet loses Soulstone Cash when it replaces Ever. And you would combine up to the total health. You lose half and then
hang
swap
on.
down.
I'm gonna pause the clock. So let's start with the what?
Okay, so first things first. For the actual question of how much health the Corfi Duet will have, it is simply the 2 healths added together.
Okay, well that's easy.
The second problem is that the Corfi Duet loses Soulstone Cash when it replaces.
They don't. That's wrong. It's replace the third thing and replace on Rule 33.
I will.
Any summon or any upgrades are still attached, right?
No, just summon upgrades.
So for the purposes of this game, given that you've hired it and given that we're both under the impression that that's how it was going to play, I'm perfectly fine with saying that we're going to play it the way that we said. However,
Yeah,
it's good for future reference for us to know how that works. Now that Andre's baby has ceased chiming in about the duet rules,
Of course.
Yeah. So, can you just, for everybody's learning, because this is being recorded, by the way, so it might be useful for other people. What's the wording? Where is the rule that says that that's the case? Please.
Yeah. So
he's right.
And I'll post it to the discussion channel on constructive criticism, the exact screenshot. But it says any summon upgrades attached to any original models are attached to the new model if able. All other upgrades are discarded.
Right. So he would be boned. However, again, because we basically we both started on the assumption that it would work a certain way. We're going to play this game out that way.
More power to you. I'm just letting you know what the rules are.
No, that's good. I really appreciate it. But then regarding your other question, so the Corfi's going to come back in with 7, yeah?
Yes, it's a simple addition.
Yes.
Right, okay. And where does the rounding come in, and why is that important? Is that when they dance apart again? So basically, if the duet is on an odd number, then she gets rounded down or something like that? Or what's the crack with that?
The dance apart is you suffer damage equal to half the health rounded up. So at 7, you would suffer 4, then each duet would have, or each Corfi would have 3.
Right, I see. Okay. Right. Are you okay with how I've outlined my plan going forwards, Matt? Like that we'll play it as if she keeps the Soulstone Cash.
No. It's not gonna matter very often, but it's fine.
Cool.
It didn't matter for this one. I imagine you probably would have attacked the unactivated one, but that's the only change, right?
It's the only major change, and I don't think it makes any massive difference here. So, whenever you're ready, you can grab the clock and then take your duet.
Sure. They're going to dance together. You need a 5. They're fine.
You need the boring first. Yeah, so that's the boring. Cool.
Yeah. So,
and
but my 6, duet still has
because the Corfi's willpower 4, but you got it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh yes, but the original duet still has the cash, right?
Yeah. That's what I mean. So as per the rules, no, but as per this game, yes.
Got it. Question mark! Exclamation point.
Yeah, so essentially, as Carnage wrote for us, there's a rule here which says basically, replace rules. Any summon upgrades attached to the original model is attached to that new model, summon upgrades, and then all other upgrades are discarded. So the fact that it's discarded means that when you go back to the big one, you don't suddenly get it back again.
So I did not realize that the Soulstone Cash straight
totally reasonable. Of course, I realized that you wouldn't have taken it if that were the case, and I have no problem with you playing it this way for this game. Like, let's not ruin the game. Let's just carry on.
Yeah. This might be okay.
Like the duet's not fucking stupid enough. I've got to deal with one with the fucking cash.
Yeah. Okay, so duets go away. I get my distracted. We will attempt a charge action.
Why do we get rid of the distracted?
I'm
okay.
not.
Sorry.
I'm
Yep,
doing the charge. So I'm gonna do a charge through the. I guess through the Lindley here.
Sure.
So first off, need a 5.
Yeah, 5 to declare it. Nailed it.
It's fine. Take 1 for charge through.
Yep, take it on map shields.
We will, I guess, stone for the straight flip.
Stone for the straight, yep. So I guess, do you need to stone for the straight before you take the boring or after? I think you take the boring first, to be honest.
Yeah, that's fair. Boring.
I might be wrong, but let's play it that way for now and we'll work it out another time. So
sure.
boring goes off. Now you stone for the straight. Cool.
All right. Currently a 14 with execute.
17.
Let's go. Match you on 17 here.
Double neck. Go ahead.
Take 2.
I'll take 1 because of the shield armor, and I'll take the 1 on map.
The shield armor.
The scheme armor. I have 1 armor basically for every scheme with him 4.
And then duet is going to walk. I guess we'll slightly to there. That's it. Timer is on.
You, because you had initiative on the first turn, because I gave it to you. Okay, I'll keep 2 cards.
Keep 1.
Put my well-versed back up. I don't think there's anything else that I particularly need to do at the moment. No, looks good. And we're on turn 2. Ready when you are. Not stoning.
Neither am I. All right, ready.
Not cheating. Your choice.
I'll go first.
Okay. So then I'll take the clock and just decide about split focus.
Yep.
So it's essentially just, do I want map to have slow and take a walk or not? And that is a reasonable question. I honestly don't think I would like to. Go ahead.
Duet's gonna vote twice. Am I red or blue? I'll be blue for this.
You can be whichever one you know. Take your pick. Dealer's choice.
We're gonna free action and walk. Good.
Okay. So just for my confirmation, the duet now cannot dance apart this turn and is basically done for the duration of this turn. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I'd understood it right. That's
Yep.
So there are various things that I'm excited to do. Which one is correct? I think the tiger warrants the... Since we've got the placement right now and I already showed it to you, I'm going to do that. So, tiger's going to go. Made to kill here. Sorry, I'm a little bit... There we go. And then take the well-versed on the freely generated attack. So it's 5 against your defense of 5. I'll keep the card. And we are currently matching.
Okay, I'm not going to cheat.
I'm on a double negative, which is fine. Take 2. I will attack you again.
I will not cheat the 12.
Okay, so you're on 12. I can't imagine I'm cheating here. I'm not. Take 2. I will punch you a 3rd time.
Think about stone. Block on me.
No problem.
2, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll stone.
Okay. Takes nothing.
Right.
And then the 3rd swing.
Uh, 16.
16. All right, this time should be on me, so I will... Let's have a look. So in terms of... I think it's got to be that, right? I think I've got to try and hit you. So I will hit you and take a neg. Or do I want to match you and hope for a red? Matching you and hoping for a red might be correct here, because that would be game ending. And I don't think a negative. Yep, I think that's better. I will match you and hope for the red. Double neg. Nope. Take 2. And then at the end of my activation, you were damaged, so you need to discard a card. You'll go.
Shuttleark. Thinking. Okay. Shuttleark's gonna go.
Sure.
Draw a card, put 1, 2, thing. Shadowlark. You are in trouble. Shadowlark will attempt to disengage. Shadowlark will attempt to disengage.
Attempt to disengage. Very good. I will try and stop you. Okay. Kind of wish I'd just let you go. I'd rather have the 13.
Yeah.
So, 18.
Not cheating.
So, positive. -4.
And we will diving charge to get our corner behind. And then remove this, drop a scheme. Shadowlark, go ahead.
Okay. Suppose I'd like to find out whether Koji gets to kill her or not. And I think that's the spot that we're going to want to try and do that from. So let's check a few things. 1. Do I see you? Yes. 2. Do you have cover? That's harder to say. Let's assume that your intent was to be tucked behind the corner of the tent there and say that you do. So at that point, I'm likely to do 1 damage to you. And I think I'd like to do that now before you have a soul stone. Is that correct? And are we within 9 at that point? Plus a marker. It's going to be very close, god damn it. So, if I just... Oh, no. Just borrow you for a moment and make you a theoretical scheme marker. So I would need to just be there to draw a card. And I'd have to put it not on the midline because I'm not an idiot. At which point I'd need to be there. Okay, that looks all legal and acceptable. Assuming we hit you, we might red anyway, etc. Draw a card, go there, be in position for next turn. Feels good. Koji goes, walks there, gains a shielded because I treat your scheme markers as hazardous shielded, and then shoots Shadowlark, gaining another shielded for the shot. 6 against your 6. 17.
I won't cheat.
Okay. Double neg, hoping for the red. Nope. Take 2. And I will drop a scheme in the position shown and draw a card from protection money, and it's not on the midline for the purposes of espionage. That is Koji, over to you.
Thinking.
No problem.
Bird. Map's 2-inch melee or 1-inch?
1.
Bird goes there. Okay.
Interesting. Right. So I think that has to be the play there. So what is the play here? So you would blow up and do a bit of damage, which is acceptable, I suppose. So which one's better? If I do... that, for example, it's not good enough. Are we within 11? I have to zoom in and check. Yes, we are. Okay. So we could shut down a scheme to give movement, and then we do 1 there, 1 there. Is that correct? Scheme 1, 2, re-up, bonus. One, two, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So could be there. There's a line, so it'd be like bonus, walk, re-up. That there. I think weirdly that's probably right. Okay. So then we likely go for activation control there, right? Yeah, I think we do it. Okay, I'm going to go with Lynn. I'm going to do my bonus thing and pop a scheme marker here. So it's touching the cloud so that the bookkeeper can go directly towards the ballot and see it. Cool. Yeah, and then so that's there and there. And then we've got my walk, which is... First walk would be to there, second walk would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. No, I think just staying about there within 4 of that scheme and in line of sight of both Tiger and your scheme is better. So it would be walk, walk, and then reactivate the Tiger. And I'm going to spend well versed on that. And while that's annoying, I will just have to accept that, I think. Wow, that would cost me... So we either risk black here, or we cost ourselves a severe... given that it's a severe, I'm going to risk it, so I'm not going to take this card. I'm going to fail anyway and cost my severe, but there we go. So there it is, and he comes back and has well versed, and Lynn's done. Back to you. Sorry, that took a long time.
I think this game is totally lost on my side, so...
Sorry, I did say that scheme's touching the cloud, but it doesn't look like it actually is, so I'm just going to nudge it a tiny pixel to the left so that it is.
Thinking still, sorry.
No worries, man. No worries.
Alright, Amina's gonna jump down. Try and give themselves shielded first.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna jump down. And then we are going to attempt and obey onto.
So when we say jump down, we mean walk down and climbing because you could have easily made it without taking the
Yeah.
damage. Yeah, cool. Okay.
Yeah. Attempt and obey on the map.
Attempt and obey onto map. Okay.
You cheat.
You're
18.
not currently hitting your TN, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'll put it on me. You got it.
All right. Cheat. To hit.
Yep.
Map is going to declare a charge.
Okay.
Into the hazardous.
Mm-hmm. So it takes a point. And then takes another one for the attack action.
Yeah. Do I get to use your focus on this?
You do get to use it. I forgot to use it for defense, so yeah.
Yeah. So we use the focus swing onto Linley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Currently a
18. To
18.
my 8, I'll pop it on me and think. The main concern here is just giving you an easy deja vu, because it feels like your hand sucks ass. Nonetheless, I just don't think it's worth my cards. Yeah, I don't think it is. So yeah, go ahead, take you straight.
Currently it's a plus flip, right?
18 to 8, so...
With focus.
Oh, with focus is a pause flip. Yes, sorry, go ahead.
Does that change your math at all?
It does not. Go ahead.
Okay. I will take the...
Makes sense.
Yeah, so straight flip.
So you need to discard a card for the trigger.
Yeah.
Cool.
Do I flip first or...
So discarding a card is a cost for declaring the trigger.
Oh,
So
yeah. Okay. So this is going to be a single flip because I have...
Yeah, it's a straight flip.
14. Yeah.
Wait, no, it's not a straight flip because you're on 14 to my 8, so that's a 6 difference, and then you had focus, so it's still a pause.
Okay.
Okay.
I will not cheat.
Okay, so it's 3 damage, so I'll take 2 on Lin, 1 on Map. I'm just going to check I can do that when it's my model attacking.
Yeah, it's still your model.
Yeah, but I'm just checking whether I can actually take it. So suffers damage. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the source is, so yes, I can. Cool.
Okay, and then I draw
obviously
2.
Lin gains slow. Yeah.
All right, that's Amina.
Okay.
Tiger me, brah.
So what would I like to do? I'd like to do that. Smack you back and then move there, probably. Is that right? Probably yes, before we suffer too much more. Something like that, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that feels right. And then we chuck up boring as a basic thing. Yeah, so we're down to 3, back up to 5. Could be worse. Can't give him slow, so that's not happening. Not reactivating this turn. Her being slow sucks nuts, but that's what it is. Yep, map's going to go, takes a point to charge to here, and then slaps your bird with 6 against your willpower, and I think I will spend well versed on that swing and not take that card.
Okay, I will, I guess, use the focus.
Makes sense. 9 against your willpower currently.
3. 13.
Cool. Misses, and then I will do take a look on the bookkeeper, targeting the scheme here as discussed. Goes off, and he is exactly within 11 of that ballot, so I'm going to go within, well, just basically directly towards it, but just so that we understand what I'm trying to do here. And then I'm going to heal 2 because of Lynn being slow. I'll try and do boring conversation, and it will fail, and that's fine. Yours. So I should be within 6 of that, like so.
Hmm. Leisure will go. Repository. We will walk. There, and then we will false claim. Needing a 6. And we will drop 2 scheme markers within 3.
Mm-hmm. I'm just going to pop a little number 3 on him just so we remember to remove 1. But it's not going to matter.
That is Leisure to Maul.
Fair. I'll go with Tiger.
Yeah.
And charge.
Can't be charged.
Okay. Well, let me bring that back and just see if I can be within range with my place. I can. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to walk place there? Which one's better? I'd have to walk either way if I wanted to do what I'm trying to do, right? But if I want to get maximum number of attacks in case I miss or something, I'd have to go with the place. So which one is better? Place, walk, interact, or walk, place for the free attack? Nah, it has to be the place. Place is just better. Okay, so made to kill here, and I will spend well versed on the attack and not take this card. So 12.
Also 12.
Would you like to cheat?
I would not.
Double neg. Not dead. I will punch you a second time. Okay. So 14 to 5 is a straight flip. She gone. And so now I can't do it anyway, so I think I will interact to remove that scheme and be done.
When you do that, I'm going to discard a card to gain a soul stone from Amina.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Showgirl will attempt to walk with Onward. Needs a 6. No. Walk. Scheme. Be done.
Okay. So if I want to do that, we could do that, or we can do that. What makes sense? I think that makes sense on that side of things. And then that's what's going on there, isn't it? So probably want that. One inch or two on Colette, please.
2 inch.
Thank you. We'll go with the bookkeeper. When I do, 2 models can move towards scheme markers or towards the bookkeeper. So we'll have map go 1, 2 towards that scheme. And we'll have Lynn go 2 towards that one. And then we'll take our position, which was already shown there, and then interact, and then we'll bonus with well versed, not take this card, take this one to interact again, and I'm pretty sure you don't see me there. Over to you. Yeah. I presume you're thinking, but just in case, I can't hear you if you're saying something.
Nope, just thinking.
All good.
So we'll focus and walk to there. Good.
Okay. Go with the Joro and walk charge to here.
You cannot charge to there. I mean, it has an anti-charge radius within 6.
Ooh, beautiful. Okay. That does change things a bit. What's Colette's anti-berry? Sorry, her berry mechanic. How does she unberry?
If I fail, I unbury within base contact of a friendly performer or scheme marker, and when
Cool.
she pops out, she blasts distracted.
Distracted out as well. Cool. Okay. Thank you. So.
Yeah, no. Jirakumo is not going that way.
He certainly is not. He certainly is not.
Yeah, I was like, of the things that are not happening this game, it's losing Blizzard Demon to a charged Jirakumo swing. You'll do it the old-fashioned way. You'll not do it at all, Draysen.
I'm afraid so. It is looking that way. So I think it is probably the old-fashioned way, this way, right? Let's just go back a sec and check. Okay, well, who said spiders can't be democratic? Can just go here and vote, which is just so fucking weird. I'd rather have you have to think about it. So, we're going to go with Wukong. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then he's going to do his bonus with Well-Versed, take that and go to here. Which drops a scheme out here. And then I think I'm supposed to just take a second focus because Colette can do what she wants anyway. And that allows me to do some threatening and stuff. Or do I just go just outside and vote? I think I'd go just outside and vote. So I'll do that. Done. Sorry, I'll put that clock on and I'll do it in such a way.
Yeah, when you do that,
that's why I'm back on my clock, because I'm going to do it in such a way that I block line of sight to Amina. Sorry, one sec. That works out that it's almost certainly possible, but... so that was the flip, which I'm definitely taking. The question is it possible to block line of sight or not? If not, then you get it. So that is the line. No, go back there, unsplit, and it looks like there is a line. Yes, cool. Okay, so within 1, within 5, blocking loss, voting, and my scheme is there, touching the midline, and over to you. Sorry about that.
Colette will charge Wukong. It's right there.
Extended reach.
Oh, excellent. Just kidding then. We will do that walk that we were talking about. I was like trying to think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess 5 right here. We will vote once, twice. And then I will attempt a sword trick onto Wukong.
I'll just put the clock on me and think about spending focus or not. Are you spending your focus?
I will not.
Alright, I'll have a think about that. I'll spend mine.
Okay. 15.
16.
Uh, 18.
You got it.
Buried in 3.
1, 2, 3.
Good.
Okay. So you have 1 card you'd want to bury with it anyway, so I guess I just get to do some damage. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then, well, 6, and then charge. Down to here somewhere. I can charge to wherever the hell I want, basically. So, in fact, because I can charge to wherever the hell I want, let's map it out a bit better. So, something like there, and then right down to there is easily possible. Seems good. Rabbit goes. Walk, charge. And
Okay.
I'll spend focus, why the hell not? So you're on 7, right?
Yep.
I will match you on 7 with my trigger, which I will declare. So, so I need to discard a card, which I'll do for that trigger, and then I hit you on a double neg, which becomes a single neg because of focus. Take 4.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but there we are. And slow, and you have to discard your card. And then I can chuck a card to drop a scheme marker, which I guess I will. Stick it, just basically touching the midline again if I can. Looks like I can. Yeah. And that's the rabbit. Yours. Cool.
Table's yours, homie.
Oh, okay. Back to me. Oh, there we go. So now, I mean, there's no world where we don't force that stone for a tome, and then even then, you have to win the duel, right? And we only
No, it's
when
you have to
resolved.
lose the
Okay.
duel.
So enemy only. So if I just smack you, it's gonna cost you a stone, and then it's going to cost you to have Colette on 2 health. And that feels like something that I want to do, even though it cost me a point, but I can't get the point any other way, because the tiger blacked. So, this is the world we live in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And smack you. Yeah, I think that's likely to be the correct thing to do. Okay, so Joro charge, and do I need to spend focus on this? I suppose you could stone me to a neg otherwise, so yes, I'll spend focus. Here we go.
So you're on a straight flip. Wait.
Straight flip. Oh, because of Serene Countenance, apologies. So I will straight flip it, and then I'll shuffle the other card because we know what it is. Go ahead. So
I'm on a 10. Yep, sure.
So 16 to your 10 would be a straight flip at the moment. Happy with that?
Such is life, yep.
Okay. So I will do. Let's see, 6.
Yep. That's game. I will concede at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you were going to have a bit of problems there because my hand was pretty spicy by this stage.
Yep.
But I think the play there was to spend the stone on a tome, wasn't it?
No. So like even if I spend stone on tome, I'm still incredibly far behind. It's just if your hand has to be bad for me to win this game at the end of this turn.
Right.
Like there's like that's you're playing not to lose at that point as opposed to playing to win.
I mean that's reasonable, but I mean so yeah, fair enough. So I'm gonna score 7 then because I can't score ballots this turn.
Right, and I'm pretty sure you can deny almost everything.
My crew was built to certainly deny almost everything. Yes. What did you have? Was there anything that you could have definitely scored?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could probably engineer an Ensnare at some point, but
so 1 point for strategy, 1 point for Ensnare, and 7 points
yeah.
for me. I had Espionage and Ensnare, obviously.
Yeah, I probably can score Espionage as a 1-pointer as well, because I can sit on top of it with the duet.
The main reason you'll have problems with that... no, you could do it. Yeah, you could. No, so you probably couldn't.
Showgirl.
The reason that you couldn't is just because the bookkeeper can probably get to you, and I just need to hit you against your willpower. Oh no, it's against defense. It's against defense. Never mind. You could. Yep.
Yeah,
because the bookkeeper can force you to discard a scheme.
Yeah, I'm getting 3 points total this game. That's what's happening.
3. Yep, I agree. That's fine.
Yeah, I did not assume that you would go bottom with Jorogumo. I assumed you'd go top, and so I didn't put much thought into the deployment here.
Okay, and what was the biggest problem with the way I deployed for the plan that you originally wanted?
Well, I didn't think that you could reasonably put Jorogumo bottom with just the story, because I think I just killed him. But I'm now realizing that Jorogumo has a 7 willpower for whatever reason.
He does. He does.
Like I have a predilection to think that like the 10 Thunders models are just juiced out of their mind.
Well, they generally are, so it's not like it's not an unreasonable predilection.
Yeah, and also the ability for you to interact or drop schemes without interacting made the Amina pick okay, but
I think the Amina pick was very smart. So I think the Amina pick was crippling. What I was having to be very, very careful with. Sort of, I had to check my unpack to see where Lynn could go, because her bonus is an interact, even though it's like a free scheme for me every turn.
Yeah.
It is still an interact. So it's like it was dealing with that, but obviously it doesn't deal with the free one from Wukong, and it doesn't deal with the free one from Rabbit. But there were many times this game when I wanted to interact and couldn't. Because Amina was around, so I think she was a very, and also she saved Leger's ass, so like I think she was a very solid pick. What was the Leger thing? Is it just basically for that Soulstone cuteness in the early game, or was there a follow-up plan to what you wanted to do?
I mean, if you lose a Juro or the story, right, or like the paper tiger goes down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very unafraid of your team from like a damage perspective.
You should be unafraid of my team in general. Like I don't have a lot of damage. The only one that does is Joro, basically.
Yeah, it's like, but it's enough, right? Like the focus swings are enough. It's why I was going for that. There was an opportunity I had that I could have went focus charge onto the Wukong with birds during the game.
Extended
like,
reach makes it a bit tricky, but
yeah, like the focus charge into the rabbit, and then just like hopefully on a neg flip could get through. But
try and flip it. I mean, he was surrounded by 2 extended reach models at the start, but at some stage you could have maybe got to him. Yeah,
and that's like once like rabbit is taken care of, then like I can lock bottom, and then come around and then just never deal with top.
So the plan was to abandon top.
Yeah, and like I was stubborn with the Shadowlark. I could have brought Shadowlark across.
Had you taken Outflank?
No.
Okay.
It was Espionage and Ensnare.
In that case, I do think Shadowlark coming up this way was a mistake. Like, if you had Espionage, then if you had Outflank, you had to try that. But I think if you didn't, then Shadowlark coming this way was, bold, bordering on suicidal.
Well,
it did draw me up there, though.
Yeah, it forced models that would have otherwise pressured backline, like Amina. Amina doesn't want to deal with Paper Tiger, doesn't want to deal with Koji. And so it gave me the matchups I wanted. I wildly misplayed Soulstones in the beginning, where I was just using them willy-nilly, because I thought I was going to get more value out of Amina. And then I saw my turn 2 hand, and it was not savable, even with Soulstones. And so I was like, okay, maybe Repository will help me here, right? Because I still got 2 redraws, and then I've got a draw pretty much guaranteed off 2 birds.
I mean, that's the downside of playing Arcanists, right? Is that their card draw across the board is pretty poor. And so, like, you did your best to fix it. You had 2 witness models for cycling, and you had an Arcane Reservoir upgrade. So I think you did what you could. But even with that, Arcanists just sometimes struggle with just drawing a shit hand. And against Linh1, who's possibly the best card draw in Thunders, to some degree. I mean, I didn't build hard for it this game, but like her ability, this is not unusual for Linh1. I got it more fortunately. Normally I'd have to do some lost knowledging for that to happen, but it just kind of showed up. And I just held on to them, basically. I was just holding on to them from the previous round, because I didn't need to use them that much. The most useful thing, I think, for me that game was to have the red in hand, to be able to get to avoid the big, like, because I was expecting one massive focused double crit strike duet to the face, and I just wanted that to put that onto negs. That was what I wanted the red for.
Yeah, but like, I was a card short of being able to force like the double execute out of you. Like, because you had 2 left there, and so like, because you can no longer cheat at that point after I split. All right, so maybe you can. You don't know that I have 2 high crows left, but I guess like I mean, and also like the Soulstone cash on the duet, like the whole game's a wash. Is like it changes a lot.
Of course it does, but I mean, we didn't know that, so we got to have a game, and now we both know it, so that's okay. But
yeah, I think this was very smart by you to play just a a really inefficient assailable front with models that are ablative, if you will.
Sure.
Like they're one's coming back, the other one's like a lot of investment to kill.
Yeah, the centuries old plus extended reach plus self heal. It's like it's a package. I was expecting you to bring Cedra because every Arcanist I've played since she was released has brought Cedra with every master. And so that's why the Joro was there. It wasn't actually for Duet, it was for the anti-heal for Cedra.
I see. It was a consideration. I wanted to try the Amina package. Something that I came up with after was playing, instead of playing the Showgirl, you play Amina and a Gunsmith as the backline here.
Okay.
Um,
I think your voting power would have very drastically suffered.
I don't think it like the voting, like the duets can, vote up 2 ballots apiece if I really wanted to spend them that way.
I'm not sure you can afford to. Like my plan going into this game was actually a bit different than what ended up happening. So I knew that I wanted to hunt down Shadowlark with a vengeance. I knew that before we even started because I know what she can do if you don't. And what I wanted to do was deal with Amina because I really didn't want you farming soulstones the whole game, but you played her very well and very defensively. And then used her to block off Legere. So I thought that was really good. And I was looking for opportunities to kill Legere, as you saw, but you'd already blocked it off with Amina. So I think you played that part of the game really solidly. And as you say, I was kind of forced to be more defensive with this bit than I wanted to be because of the nice sword trick play. Like I wanted Wukong to basically be pushed to here and then walk bonus and be ready to vote twice on this corner ballot immediately. Like that's what I wanted Wukong to be doing, but instead he had to sort of be back here, and I was a bit upset about it, but I think it was worth it because otherwise Duet pops in here and then gets around my extended reach immediately and either puts very serious hurt into the Joro, threatening to kill it again at the start of next turn, or one-shots the rabbit and then hurts the Joro, and I thought, I can't afford that.
He for sure is one-shotting the rabbit. That's
Yeah.
the game plan. He's charging, he's attempting a charge from the rabbit if he can get it. Obviously, probably not with the Jorgumo.
Well, you didn't need to charge. So, like, if I didn't move Wukong, you could have just come in right there and just punked the rabbit, because the rabbit was standing there.
So, yeah, there's also with like the Soulstone cache. There's a good shot that I free tap the Jorgumo. We move on with our lives there. Right? I think that it's necessary to block off that scheme. I could have done it. I think maybe the timing of it was wrong. Like I said, I misevaluated the scheme dropping that isn't interacts. And so yes, it did, the Amina did stop you from interacting, outside of this cone from the top, but yeah. I don't think it was meaningful enough that it affected the game at all. You're still getting what you need, which is eventually on center line. I do like the Ledger Demont as well because I can rip the schemes out from Koji. False claim.
What do you mean rip the schemes out?
So my understanding with Koji is that I remove a friendly scheme marker from play with false claim, right? So Koji's usually jumping back between schemes. And so instead of removing these two, I'm removing the scheme out from him. So you have to keep refreshing your base of operations every turn if you're attempting to like play him defensively.
Yeah, if he wants to sit there and be a gun platform, then that's a very nice little thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that like I had better opportunities to do a couple things. The duet was misplayed from top to bottom. It shouldn't have went in on the lead. It should have just sucked it up and went over to the side I was attempting to do. But I was way too bullheaded on the Shadowlark and the Corfu duet. And the Shadowlark shouldn't have set up over here as well. It should have set up probably back here.
Yeah,
or
give
somewhere else.
Yourself a little bit more option about where to go, or less telegraphed, I guess.
Yeah, and like you picked where the Amina is going immediately, right? And like I can't put Amina here just because we're so close together. Like Koji and maybe even the Jorgumo. Like
I would have tried to unload on her if you put her there. Yeah.
Yeah, because like this stops a lot of what you're doing. I do think that there's like I played super defensive. This is super offensive. There's got to be
a mid ground somewhere.
something that's a mid ground that feels bad for me, but also feels real bad for you.
I played pretty defensive as well. Like, normally I would be further forwards. I did a lot of concentrating turn 1, whereas with this crew very often I just put my entire bubble, you know, all around here. But just your offensive output with the duet was such that I didn't think that was a good idea. And I wanted to.
There's also 4 hooks in the list, right? It's like anything out of place is getting either obeyed, ledgered, showgirled, or Colette1, right? So like but once again, like the 10 Thunders tax of having +1 willpower and +1 tack on most things, not tack, sorry, stat, them just being slightly better at everything.
The story keyword in particular is very well statted. Like, generally, I mean, the Paper Tiger not so much, but the majority of the keywords pretty stacked. I mean, my eventual plan was that I wanted Koji to vote once here and then basically get over to within 6 of this scheme. Can I do it in 1? Please tell me I can. So that was going to take some. Oh, I forgot to use Koji's. God damn it, I forgot. So when Koji activates another model within 6, I think it is, or is it within 6? I've only just started using Koji, so I missed out on some tech there. But when he activates, yeah, a model within 6 can move up to 3. So I should have been doing a bit of repositioning stuff. Maybe would have helped me with that bookkeeper or whatever. Anyway, the reason I want it, because then I can get there and then I can basically flip that scheme and A, deny it for your espionage, but B, put it in place for mine. So that was the end game plan for Koji, but it didn't necessarily come about. All right, well, thank you for waking up so early to play the game. Really appreciate it, and thank you for the game. I will do the results stuff, so don't worry about it, and have a good rest of the day.
Yeah, you too. Apologies for the bad quality. Yeah, take it easy.
Oh, don't worry about it at all, mate. All the best. Cheers.